another edition of the Contractors' Secret Weapon weekly podcast with your hosts, Justin Jones and Dave Negri. This program is dedicated to helping contractors, remodelers, painters, roofers, roof cleaners, and business owners in the construction industry gain an unfair advantage over the competition.
I should be able to cut that out.
Alrighty, everybody, we are back. We're shooting video number 2. The little red light is looking at me again. I swear that thing stares directly at me. Like I said, it burns through you.
Yeah.
But I'm Justin Jones. I'm sitting here with Mr. Dave Negri.
Normally I sit across from you and I look at you while we're doing the podcast so we can laugh at each other, but now I'm going to have to look at you on the video.
And laugh.
And laugh. Me too. So last week, we just went through your goals for 2015. This week we want to talk about marketing goals. Because the marketing, as we've always said, is the lifeblood of your business. If you can't get people to call you, or you can't get people to get your phone to ring, then you don't have a business, you have an entity.
I agree with you 100%.
Yeah,
but
so
financials being the lifeblood, marketing is the...
It keeps the blood pumping.
Pump.
Yes. Of course, if you don't have any business, then you got no financials. So it's just like everything works together. So let's take a look at 2014.
Yep.
How did it work for you? How did your marketing go? Did the things that you had in place, did they work the way you wanted to? And I know right now, most of the people are saying, I haven't got a freaking clue.
They're saying, Dave, let me get back with you, and they're scrambling around going, what did we do for 2014?
Right.
If you did the 10 by 10, or what we're going to go over today, it's just going to be a simple 5 by 5, you would know what's working. One of the big marketing aspects that I did for 2014 was networking. And I've always been a great networker, just being people person, lively, and...
See, and I hate networking.
He doesn't like it.
I don't like it.
I'm total opposite.
But see, that's the nice part about having us both on this, because there's stuff that works. Everything. I've always said that everything works.
Yeah.
Everything works. You just have to work it. I know that networking works. I just don't care for it.
That's all right.
But I do have a big group of people that I've met through networking that I refer out. So I'm saying there's a lot of positive things to it. It's just, let's say, not my cup of tea. I just don't enjoy doing it.
It works, and then overall, there's millions of contractors out there. I would say a very small percentage actually does networking, because it's one of those things where we're always busy. And we talked about last week how we go through the hustle and bustle of the week, and then by the time the week's over, we're like, okay, well, what did we get done? I think we got everything done, but if you're not writing it down and tracking it, you have no idea. With marketing, that's the same thing. And with the networking that I do, I go out there and I meet with a bunch of other businesses. Not a lot of contractors have the time, nor are they going to make the time to do that. But when I looked at when I'm networking, that hour that I'm there and I'm eating breakfast anyway, it's got to be it's something that just kind of goes into my schedule and into my lifestyle. I figured it out the other day. It was like $568 an hour is what I'm making while networking. And you go, Justin,
go for it.
How did you figure that out? What I did was I looked at, because I track where all of my business is coming from, I tracked all the business that my network sends me.
Excellent.
And then what I did was I just simply divided it
by the amount of business you've done, the amount of hours, the money.
If you do simple math, let's just do real simple math. Let's say you do $100,000 from your network. You divide that by 52, and you're going to come out with roughly about $2,000.
Yeah.
Roughly. How long are you spending networking? Are you spending that 1 hour, the hour and a half? You're eating breakfast, going around doing your little spiel, your elevator talk.
Maybe you're meeting with a couple people a week, so it's still one person a week.
That's it.
Most of one person a week. You get to know them, get to like and trust them, and all that other stuff, and you meet with. So it's 2 hours a week. You've got for X amount of dollars. that's a no-brainer. And even if you're an introvert and you're starting out, I'm going to tell you that is probably the best place to start. You don't have money, but you got time. Make the best use of your time. Work your business around your networking until you get too busy or it doesn't make sense anymore. But if you work, because a lot of contractors are solo entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
They don't have big crews. They may have a part-timer or one full-timer, so they got to be there to get them started a lot of times. But if you can work your networking around your business to start, do it, because that is going to probably bring you the best return on your dollar and your time, especially in the beginning when you don't have any money.
Yeah, I've been doing it now for 7 years, and over the past 7 years, it's been just a focal point of my business. So when we go into creating this 10 by 10 marketing strategy, or if we want to break it down to a 5 by 5.
Let's just make it easy. Let's go for 5 new things to do this year that will make you profitable. Take what you've got, if whatever you've got, if it's working, then keep with it. Track it. If it's not working, cut it out and put it into something that's working. I mean, but you got to know. That's the really important thing, is you got to know. And I think, and I've had this talk over and over with people, everyone knows that they need to do some sort of marketing or advertising. They just don't know how to get the return they need to get in order to make it sane. Let's put it sane, because it'll drive you crazy. So they get the first guy that walks in the door and says, "You need to advertise." You go, "I know I need to advertise, but what can I do?" "I got the best thing for you. We'll run it every month. People see you all the time." And we've talked about instant response marketing and stuff like that. So find the stuff that will work. Go through a lot of our stuff from last year. You'll find out what works, what doesn't work. Go back to 1, 2, 3, the good, the bad, and the boring. Just make sure it's not boring. So go for the 5. Just pick out 5 things this year that you're going to commit to and track for at least 90 days. Because in 90 days you'll know whether that one thing is working, whether it's not. I would use tracking numbers, and I do for all mine. I have, and if you want to start it off easy and inexpensive, get a couple of Google email accounts. You can get free phone numbers and have it, that advertising go to that Google number.
I like it. You're given a strategy on what you used. Obviously it worked. I gave the networking strategy. So you want me to go into the next strategy?
Go into the next one. We'll give them 10. They can pick 5.
So let's stick with what worked in 2014. What worked really good was thank you cards.
Oh yeah.
It's so simple. I'll give you exactly how I do it. It's not even a thank you card. It's a thank you postcard. It's already pre-printed. I go to Staples. I get them printed out. It's got a nice little logo on it, my name, phone number, and then on the back it's completely blank. I write in a nice little note, "Hey, nice meeting you, nice talking with you, thank you for the business, thank you for the referral," so on and so forth. I address it and stamp it right then and there. I go to the post office and drop it in immediately because it's in my truck, it's ready to go. I don't have to even think about it. So here's how this whole entire thing goes. Phone rings, Dave calls me, he goes, "Hey, I've got this person for you." "Okay, wonderful. Thanks, Dave. I appreciate it." As I'm writing that person's name and information down in my folder, I put right next to it, "Dave, referral." Write up Dave. "Hey, Dave, hey, thanks for this one. I appreciate it. I'm following up right now. I just wanted to let you know you're a big part of my business and I appreciate you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart." Whatever you want to put in it, I stamp it, I send it to Dave right away, and that's done. It literally costs me. I buy the postcards. I wait till they go on BOGO, buy one get one free.
You're cheap.
We'll go into cheap marketing. I BOGO on the postcards, so I get 200 at a time. You can literally have almost the 200 for the entire year.
Yeah.
I don't know when you're going to run out. By the time I stamp them and everything, I might be at $300. Divide that up by 12. That's $30 a month.
Big deal.
You're staying in contact with them. You're telling them thank you, not only on the phone, but you're telling them thank you with a little card in the mail.
And people really love recognition. Just the simple thank you. I mean, how many times? I mean, it's just it's one of my top ones.
Best strategy. So
Yeah.
I've got networking. I got thank you card.
I do thank you cards to all of my customers. Everyone that I've done business with, I send a thank you for allowing us to do business with you. I send them brownies from send out cards. I have everything set up. The girl in the office does it, and I send them a survey.
Mm-hmm.
So when it's self-addressed stamped envelope, and I get 50% of those back. So anyone who says they can't get a testimony, just not really trying hard enough. So that's one, and that works great. I mean, I get people that just will send me a thank you card back.
Yeah.
Or they'll call me and say, these are the best brownies I've ever had. No one's ever treated me this way that's done business with me. I really appreciate the way you treat your customers.
And they're good. They're really
They're
good.
good brownies.
We talked about
Yeah.
this last one, but they're really good.
They're really good brownies.
They're
Gourmet brownies. Yeah.
I couldn't believe how good these brownies were. So you've got that. You're taking the thank you one step further. I'm cheap. He's not as cheap as I am. I'm not going to.
I just go some of my costs. But are you doing it to your customers or are you doing it to your referral partners?
I do it to everybody.
Okay.
Anybody who refers me, I send them a thank you card.
See, now, my referral partners, I do an advanced strategy, and I don't expect anybody to really go for this, but I'll just tell you what I do. I put together a whole year's worth of newsletters for marketing because I can't refer everyone who refers me back because I get a lot of realtors and insurance agents and stuff like that. So what I do is I put together a one-page newsletter, and it just says, thank you for helping us stay in business, and it's a little marketing newsletter, just some weird stuff that might be able to help them in their business, and they get one of those once a month. It goes out to 75 people. And it's a way that I can stay in their face, and my philosophy on newsletters is they need to go in the mail so they remember you at least on the way to the garbage pail.
When he told me this strategy, we're going to go into a little personal. He told me that strategy, and I'm like, I'm not mailing anything. We've got email nowadays. I'm a millennial. I'm going to go ahead and email. He's like, it's the best 65 cents that you'll have as they're watching you go into their trash can. I'm sitting there going, you know what, my emails, if you get a 2% response on an email or an open rate,
right,
you did awesome.
I know 100% of them are organic.
At least with his, he knows 100% of the time he's going to make it into the trash can, and more than likely they're going to see his mugshot and at least go, man, who is this guy who keeps sending this stuff to me? I get your newsletter, and it's this little one-page newsletter. Both sides is covered. It's simple, it's easy, but again, it's got information on
it's
it.
Memorable.
At least,
you look at it.
Yeah,
you look at it. So. And then I have another newsletter for my customers only that just keeps me in their face. And this one I would recommend every single person do. This is a newsletter. It gets mailed to them every month. It's a fun newsletter. It's got how to clean this, how to do this, movies, recipes. I've got a little puzzle on there. I've got thank you to all the people that have referred me. So, and a lot of the customers, so they see their names in print. They get that gets every month, and I track it. And last year, 36% of my business came from doing that newsletter. So look at it from this standpoint. I've got people that remember who I am. Mm-hmm. When I send out the newsletter, I always get some calls because they go, "Oh, Dave, I was going to have him do something. Let me call him right now."
Yeah.
And then, so let me tell you what the return on investment is. For every dollar I spent on a newsletter in last year, I got $21.47 in return.
Oh gosh, it makes me. It's like I'm working on a newsletter, and pretty much I'm just going to take Dave's idea for because I'm not going to reinvent anything that's already getting.
If it's working, use it.
Getting 20,
and we've got
times.
we've got a copy of it on the website under free stuff. So to give you an idea of actually what I sent out, I've changed it up a little basically, I'm trying to get people to hold on to it longer and then go to check out stuff on the website. So as I tweak that a little bit more, I'll put up a new edition of actually what I'm using now.
It's working. So let's recap, because that's at least 5 or 6 right there. So we've got
Got 2 different types of newsletters.
We got thank you.
Yeah.
A couple of newsletters.
Thank you. Okay.
Got like 4 or 5.
We talked about, and this is really, I would do it. I'm still playing with it for my particular roof cleaning, but I would play with Facebook advertising. It's so cheap, and you can get in and get out, put together your ad, and get it to work for anywhere from 70 cents to $1.25 per click. And so if it costs 10 or 12 or 15 clicks for you to get a true lead, you're talking less than $20 to get a customer. That's pretty cheap.
I'd sign up for that deal. Plus your name's in front of that.
Your name's in front of that group of people. They're seeing it. So I would actually, that was one thing that I'm going to really hone in on and do a little bit more marketing on. And then there's EDM I'm going to do this year, but I'm going to do it, go back to when we had Pete Mitchell on, I think it was number 5 or number 6. We've got a free how to mail to 350,000 people for free, including postage. And I'm going to take that program and mail out 5,000 a month for free and see how that works in this area. Because even if you put out 5,000 bad marketing pieces and they're free, you're going to get some sort of response.
Yeah.
But it takes time to put it together and find other advertisers that'll pay it. So go to that. I think it was Pete Mitchell. I think it was 5 or 6, and go for his free report on how to mail basically for free. He'll send you the whole thing, the postcard, and it's really, really good. So I'm going to really work on that this year.
He's good. He's extremely intelligent individual, and his strategies for doing that. It's worth just the read with that alone. So that's like 6 or 7 strategies.
Yeah.
Number 8, so I do the network and I do the thank you, and my power partners. So again, last episode we talked about once you start creating that farm, cultivating, making that farm as profitable as possible. My power partners who are referring me a lot of business, these are going to be the inspectors, these are going to be the realtors, these are going to be anybody along those lines, mortgage broker, anybody who's referring me business on a regular basis. I'm their number one guy when it comes to contracting. What I did this year, and I heard it on, I'm wanting to say I Love Marketing.
Okay.
There was a gentleman that they had on there. He when a new book comes out, a new business book, he immediately reads it. So he's got a Kindle, he immediately reads it, he sees how good it is, and then what he does is he buys them for all of his power partners. I thought it was genius because I'm like, okay, well
I've done that.
That book is not going to get thrown away. If I could pan over and show you one of Dave's bookshelves of like 3 or 4, you'd see it's like top to bottom, it's in disarray at best because he's overloaded with books. But it was one of those strategies.
Now I found it on Kindle.
It was one of those.
You should see my
your Kindle, the library on the Kindle. But it's one of those strategies where, if you think about it, as a contractor, as a business owner, it doesn't matter to me what you do. You have other businesses that are referring you. Those businesses are in the trenches, very similar to you, service related. Sending them a book, and in the book, I'll write nice little hand. Like thank you, like I said with my thank you cards. It doesn't cost me that much.
$10, $12, big deal.
I have 25 people at the time, 25 people that send me business regularly, and I'm adding to that 25 now when they send me multiple pieces of business.
Even if you did it once a quarter or twice a year.
I'm gonna do it as much as possible as possible.
But if you put it in your marketing budget, What's the difference?
It's a piece of cake. So let me tell you, because we're coming into the holiday season, I spent a little bit more on a book. I did Tony Robbins' book this year.
Yeah, you spent a lot on that.
And it was, yeah, and it was...
But it's well worth it.
It just came out. It's 700 pages. It's a big read. It's going into the money and 7 strategies and so on and so forth. Great book. He interviewed a lot of people. I mailed that out. I did some personalization to it. By the time I bought the book and mailed it with the personalization and everything, I had $30 per book. So that's $30 times 25. That's a $700 investment. I've already gotten 3 of my power partners to email me and tell me, thank you so very much. I wanted to read that book. I've been wanting his information. I absolutely adore him. Thank you so very much. I'm going to read it, and we appreciate you. That's worth the $30 investment that it does into that. So now I'm looking for more books that I can purchase that are just coming out that I know won't be on their bookshelf. Something that's new that maybe they haven't bought yet or they're thinking about buying. I'm buying it. I'm sending it to them.
And a lot of times, if you get them early, like every once in a while, they'll have them on sale. Like I bought like 20 Go for No. It's a great book. It'll really change your... If you're in sales and you're selling stuff and you've got a sales team, if you buy the book Go for No, it'll change your whole paradigm, and it will ultimately make you, your salespeople, the best salespeople in the world by changing that thought process. But I had found it, I had bought it, I had read it, and I was on Amazon one day, and they had marked the book down to like $7.95. It was like $14. So I bought 20 of them.
Ton.
And then I just send them out to all the people that, because it's great for the people who sell stuff.
What kind of response did you get from that?
Oh, it was great. I got tons of emails. Thanks, we really appreciate that.
Yeah.
But I didn't care about the responses. I was excited about the book. It helped me. It changed my thinking, on stuff. I'm going, well, if it helped me, then it could help them. And it's just like passing it forward. No matter what you do, it always comes back.
I just think it's a great strategy. I did it this year. I'd highly recommend it. Again, go with a less expensive book, but something that's just come out that nobody's going to have. They maybe don't even know about it yet, or maybe they looked at it and it was out there and they're maybe reading a book right now and they're thinking about buying it next.
Yeah, with all the books that keep coming out.
I think it's a great, but read the book first because you want to have first-hand knowledge, because if the book stinks or just the strategies in there don't fall in line with your mission and your values, it's not really worth it to send it out. So that's like 8. Dave, I've got another one.
I could go on forever, but let's just keep it simple. So go with the networking. If you're new, even if you're not new and you're moved away from that, figure out some time to get into networking. It will work out well for you. And if you put together some strategic teams, you guys can work out some great
I got a good one.
Great stuff like that,
You want me to go into the 3-step letter? I did it this year.
Yeah, it works great.
I went from 20 or 20. What was that? 20 or 22. I'm up to 40.
Are you up to 40 up now with your
43
structure stuff?
Yeah, with my
That's
structural.
awesome.
Yeah, I'm up to 43 or 44. But it was just a simple 3-step letter. And the 3-step letter. Where did we get the 3-step letter from? Oh, I know it is a 3-step letter. That's
Did you go to 3D
No BS Marketing.
Oh, you go to No BS Marketing. Also, you can go. Here's a free resource. Go to 3dmail.com. They've got all kinds of little things you can stick in the mailers, like toy soldiers, and they got little wormy dolls. You got aspirins. I've done tons of stuff like that, and they will send you. It's a free book. They will literally send you a book of letters that you can, put your type of business into it along with their stuff. And they'll sell you packages of 3 because they want, a 3-step mailer works. So they'll tell you exactly what envelopes to use, how much it should cost you to mail each envelope, and they're excellent. They are excellent at what they do. I'm going to see if I can try to get him on a podcast.
We'll get them.
We'll get them. I tried when we first started, and then we just lost contact. But I talked with them at a seminar once. Really, they have the greatest stuff. 3D mail.
But they already have typed up the 3-step letters or so on and so forth. So you can go in and pretty much personalize it a little bit.
Yeah, just change it up a little so that it fits your business. And
it's the easiest thing that I did. I pretty much doubled the amount of referral partners who were sending me business. So my end goal is to get up to 100 referral partners referring me for the structural business part of my business. Once I have 100 people who refer me regularly in that, then that keeps 2 crews busy all the time. So it's one of those, it's extremely profitable.
Then you can go on vacation.
I can go on vacation. But the 3-step letter, I did it right in the beginning. I'm wanting to say I maybe had 19 or 20. I finished it up, and I'm going to be doing it again the first of the year, sending that out, because a lot of times, wherever you're building that farm, there's going to be other people that you can bring into that farm. You just got to be able to target them. This 3D mailer, 3-step mailer, is one of the best ways to go, and I think we did a podcast on that as well.
And let's just briefly touch on why you want to do a 3-step mailing, because the national average for response rate on one mailing is 1.5%, 1%, 1.5%. It dramatically goes up on a second mailing, and it dramatically goes up to like almost 20% on your third mailing.
That's about right. Mine, I was at the 30%.
Yeah, so I mean it dramatically goes up, and the only thing that I can attest that to is that the first time they don't see it, or they're not interested. But there again, on the second mailing, could be a few weeks later, they look at it, it could be in a different envelope. The key is to make your envelope openable. I mean, if that's even a word. Openable.
You want them to open it.
Yeah.
Openable or open.
Whatever. You want them to open it. So it's just, it's mind-boggling on, and I've never done a 4-step, but I would imagine a 4-step would even bring it up more. But
well, we had Sandy Burnside on, who she was big into the 7 touches of marketing, and it takes 7 times. So you figure if you're a 3-step letter and you're at 20% on the 3rd step, she says at 7%, that's when it's your business or your name or something's ingrained in their mind.
I remember, I can just go back to the 3-step letter. I remember listening to Dan Kennedy once. He had moved, and he said just for the fun of it, because he's a big advocate of the 3-step mailing, or better. And what he did was he moved. So what he did was he started a table downstairs in his basement of all the marketing that came in, and just for all the people. And there was one out of, he said a couple hundred that actually sent 2. One out of a couple hundred that actually sent 2.
That's amazing.
But only 2.
Only 2.
And the only reason that he noticed is because this is what he does for a living. So he looks at what people do. So it's,
He kept it and laid it out on the table. I've got one more, but go ahead with yours.
That's basic. My referral marketing, that's what I really stick to the most now, is because the people that refer me like-minded people. So those are really good clients, and the closing ratio is really high. So I tell everyone I hate competition. If I'm going to spend money, I'm going to spend it on closer to a sure thing than trying to compete against another guy who doesn't care about quality. He only cares about price. So now I've got to educate a consumer, and I got to try to educate a contractor to raise his prices. It's just not worth it.
That was my last part, was the educational aspect. where I'll go through and create the videos, whether it be a video on iJot, it be a video on YouTube, and educate the end consumer. You get the phone calls, and some of the times you'll be able to answer them. If not, lead them back to the website, educate them, or follow up with them, send them some kind of educational piece. If you can get it on video, I think that's the best way to do it.
I think so too.
However, if you can't get it on video, Dave's educational pieces are absolutely great. But get it on video, and I'll give you the overview of that. You can shoot 10 videos. Easy, cheap, you could do them yourself on your cell phone nowadays. The first one is introducing yourself. The second one is to going into what you do. Third one is start answering some frequently asked questions. Because if somebody's looking for you, they're going to be able to hopefully be able to find you. But when they find you, they're going to pretty much have the same group of questions that a lot of your other customers have.
Oh, yeah.
Find those good questions out.
No.
Well,
What's the
find those good groups of questions, the frequently asked questions. Shoot videos of those. So you've got your intro, you've got a couple frequently asked questions. It's absolutely wonderful. I'll give you an example. If you go on YouTube, there was a plumber who went on and started answering questions about repipes, drain cleanings.
Great idea.
A couple other things. 69,000 views.
No way.
On one video about repipe. What is repipe? What is it? He answers a question. Then he answers a question on what are the different kinds of pipes. So then he's going into PVC, CPVC, copper, galvanized, so on and so forth. He showed these little samples of it. 40-something thousand views. It's just absolutely amazing. Shoot some videos, get 10 of them, release them slowly, get them on your YouTube channel. You've got something set up. I put them on the website, on our new website. I did a couple of inspections, kind of walking through what I'm looking for. I did that for the structural aspect of the business. It was huge. And I got a call just yesterday. Hey, I went to your website. I looked at a couple of your videos. That's what I'm looking for. When can you start?
Awesome.
Done. Because I already built that trust in the video. They see me. They like me. I know what I'm talking about. When can you start? I don't need to talk to anybody else. I don't want to meet anybody else. You know what you're doing. When can you start? Videos. Crucial.
So the only thing I got left is we're going to run a contest for the first of the year. It will probably be up by the time this podcast is up and the video is up, so look for it. We're not even going to tell you what we're going to do for the contest. We're going to give some free stuff away.
Free valuable stuff.
Of course.
Make it
You
valuable.
wouldn't give them free junk.
What do you got in your hand?
Oh, this is our new book. So if you're continually struggling or thinking about moving into another section, here's our book. It's called 11 Secrets to Getting into Lucrative High-End Homes and Communities. We give you 11 ways. Actually, we cheated because we put a bonus in there. We give you a few extra. There's 15 ways on how to actually get into the high-end homes and communities, how to raise prices, why you need to raise prices, how to have your customers sell for you, and using guarantees. It'll just put you in a different category altogether. So here it is. Go to our website and then look out for our contest that's coming up.
I'm Justin Jones.
I'm Dave Negri. Have a great week.
Take it. Hit that stop button. How long did that go for?
I don't know.
Another 31 minutes.
Is it? Well, I don't know how...